think the real challenge that we've seen, especially in the clean technology market over the last 3 to 4 years, has been a lack of capital to help companies really take their technologies into commercialization. What we've seen over the last 30 years is actually an explosion in innovation. You had something like 4,500 patents a year in 1990. You have something like 45,000 patents taking place today. So that is almost a tenfold increase in the amount of innovation that's taking place. But the challenge is it's quite easy generally in terms of being able to get the right sources of capital to go from an early stage idea to a pilot stage technology. We call that in the technical or technology readiness level 1 to 6. Really where the challenge takes place, and there's been a lot of articles about this, is the missing middle. The financing that really allows these companies to go from a pilot stage technology into commercialization. We tend to see venture capital is available for early stage technologies, and then the public markets and mature private equity are available for companies that are now scaled. But in between, there is a real challenge to be able to get the financing that's fit for purpose to take that risk for some of these capital intensive technologies. So really what we believe is we've come up with a way to finance these companies that gives those entrepreneurs the ability to execute on those plans without taking on dilution or taking on very restrictive debt, utilizing the royalty financing model that's been incredibly successful in both oil and gas and mining. So really what we're doing is we're filling a need in the clean technology space that provides these companies with the capital that they need, while at the same time providing our investors with one platform that gives them exposure to multiple technologies that have been diligenced, vetted, and we've put in a royalty structure that in some ways is a lot lower risk than investing in the companies directly. So we believe it's the right investment vehicle at the right time in the market, but one that also solves a problem within the broader clean technology industry. The one breakthrough we're really proud of is the innovation around the royalty structure itself. So the royalty structure has been extremely prevalent in other industries, specifically mining and oil and gas, where we've seen some very large public companies be very successful deploying the model. The model there has been generally focused on having your royalty sit on mineral title or the land itself. We've taken that model and come up with a structure that allows us to adapt that into an industry where they might not own the resource, but they own intellectual property. They own a business plan around clean technology, which comes alongside things like customer relationships, offtake partners, the ability to execute on this plan. So we've really modeled ourselves on providing the similar type of exposure to our investors as they would get investing in an oil and gas or mining royalty company, but creating a fit for purpose royalty structure that provides that exposure to clean technology, oftentimes on an asset or a couple of assets, but also with some upside so that if the company is truly successful over the long term, our shareholders also get the ability to benefit in that long-term success. What we're really excited about is we really set the platform for this business last year. We went out and we did our first royalty transaction, showed the market our royalty strategy, and we've been hard at work building a pipeline of opportunities for us to be able to execute on and continue our path towards diversification and creating a strong wedge of cash flow and returns for our shareholders. The result of that is today we're sitting at a pipeline of over $550 million in royalty opportunities. So what I like to say is we are working in an opportunity-rich environment. We're the first mover in the space. We have the ability to create a large-scale platform. So really what we should expect to see over the next 6 to 12 months is that management will continue to execute on the strategy of deploying royalty capital into the space, with attractive opportunities, attractive technologies, and structures that really give our shareholders very strong risk-adjusted returns that are indexed both to clean technology, but also to commodities to really create that powerful first-in-class clean technology royalty platform.